All right, well, hello and welcome to the January Macomb Park Board of Commissioners meeting. Happy New Year to all of you. And as always, we will start with the approval of the agenda.
Move to approve.
All right, it's been moved. Is there a second?
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, and the agenda stands as approved. Consideration of and action on the minutes from the month of December. Are there any corrections, additions, or deletions? All right, hearing none, is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
And is there a second?
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the minutes. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And the minutes stand approved. Bills and transfers and monthly financial statements. Commissioner Ham, please.
Thank you. For December 2020, the consolidated fund, the cash on hand at the end of the month was $393,281,000. Overall, we ended the month $36,386 above budget. Year ended $36,049 better than the budget. For the general fund, ended December with $429,185 cash on hand. Overall for the month, this is $29,892 better than budget projections. And in 2020, we ended $132,140 better than expected. Corporate account, we ended the month $1,598 better than budget, and the year ended $55,364 better than budget. Recreation overall, we ended the month $11,475 better than budget, and year to date, $33,741 better than budget. For the Lakeview, we ended the month $158 more than budget expectations, and the year ended better than budget by $1,715. For Ball 4, it's crazy year. The month ended $18 better than budget expectations. The year ended $15,702 below what we had expected. For the special rec, the program events, overall, we ended the month $1,142 below budget expectations. We ended $3,777 below the budget for the year. Special Olympics, overall, we ended $1,475 better than budget. The year ended $8,346 ahead of projections. For the non-activities, we ended overall $202 better than budget. And for 2020, it ended $1,908 better than budget projections. The police for the month, we ended $367 better than budget, and the year ended $7,351 better than budget. Payroll, wages ended the month $8,019 more than budget. Or for 2020, we did end $67,110 better than the overall budget. Some notes, in January, we received the PPRT check on the 11th. It was for $12,930 approximately. I would also like to mention that of the reimbursements that we had turned into the state for the COVID-19 reimbursements, we did receive 2 checks. The grand total of those checks, other checks, were around $26,998.
Okay. Are there any questions for Commissioner Ham? Seeing none, motion to approve bills and transfers and the monthly financial statements.
Make a motion to approve.
All right, is there a second?
Seconded.
All right, it's been moved and seconded. A roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Weiss,
Aye.
Commissioner Edwards,
Aye.
Commissioner Gamage,
Aye.
Commissioner Ham,
Aye.
Commissioner Hemingway.
Aye.
All right, and bills and transfers and the monthly financial statements stand approved as published. And item number 4, we do not have anyone here for open public presentations for the commissioners. So moving on to the president's report, I have nothing to report this month. So with that said, quickly moving on to director's report.
Fantastic. I do have a few things to report, so I'll try to make it quick. But as you guys are aware, we quickly moved back into Tier 1 mitigations. So what that means for the Park District, our office is now open to the public. We are working in the office. We are still encouraging people that if they have any symptoms, if they're not feeling well at all, if they live with somebody who is maybe experiencing symptoms, to please stay home. That has been the consistent message this whole time. But yeah, so the office is now open to the public, and we are accepting reservations of 25 people or less. So not that there are a lot of people looking for reservations in one of our shelters, but you know, Lakeview, we always have Lakeview.
You made that sound as though people were looking for reservations in the office.
Oh, throughout our park facilities.
Park facilities.
Yeah, no, not here. Superintendent Armstrong welcomed all of the staff back with a full list of annual training videos. Everybody's very excited about, but we have required annual videos, and then he tossed in one about COVID-19, which I thought was quite appropriate. So they are all working on those right now. They are to be completed by February 15th. Got an update from Superintendent Armstrong today that we are at 47% complete. So pretty good with a couple weeks left. If you guys noticed, it was still kind of bright out when you walked in. There was a new white bus in front of the building. That is the bus we approved back before summer. They finally started making vehicles again, and we got that just last week. So very excited to have that as part of our fleet. I thought that vehicle will serve Special Olympics and our Special Rec Association quite well in the coming years.
And remind us, what's the max amount of seating?
It's a 12 to 15 passenger, depending on how many wheelchair users.
Can I follow that up?
Sure.
I know the mitigation has been relaxed, but what would it be in that vehicle?
That would be up to the comfort of our superintendent. They're not really putting restrictions on vehicle capacities. Right now, we're operating under the assumption of, if we were to allow in-person, right now we're still not doing in-person programming. Half with masks would be my recommendation to the staff, but we haven't gotten to that point yet where we're allowing in-person. But that's a great question. Our playground equipment for the Patton Park project arrived our first day back. Shout out to Chris Frankhauser and Jeff Hoyt on figuring out how to get that out of the 50-foot truck. Our dog park equipment is scheduled to be shipped on January 29th, so we'll also have that equipment on site and ready to go for when we get moving on the Patton project again. We were awarded another Urban and Community Forestry Grant in partnership with the City of Macomb. This Ucf Grant is funded by the United States Department of Agricultural Forest Service through the direction of the Illinois Department of Natural Resources and administered through the Morton Arboretum. So we've been working closely with Morton Arboretum. In years past, you guys will remember they've financed the purchasing and planting of trees. This year they were only financing tree inventories. And that is something that we have not done for quite some time. And so in, again, partnership with the city, we were awarded that grant. So it'll be very good for us with how many parks we have with old trees to know the status of how our trees are doing, how much longer they have, and how we can start preparing to plant new trees so that we don't have a bunch of deadfall.
Do you know the size of that grant at this time approximately?
It's approximately $10,000.
Okay.
Yeah, and it is a matching
And-
grant that will be splitting with the city. Yeah. Good question. You remember way back when, one of our staff, Carissa Hagen, she applied for an Illinois Arts Agency program grant that we did get approved for. That did come in the mail finally today, so that was in the way of $2,200. We thank the Arts Council for their continued support of the arts and literacy programs. We are excited to put that funding to good use. I mentioned at the last meeting that our staff have been very creative with what they're going to pull out of their hats for the upcoming years. So we're kicking it off with our favorite, one of our favorites, Daddy-Daughter Dance. This year it will be a Daddy-Daughter Memory Makers Kit. The kit will include a family hand bowl clay project where you can trace your hand, your kiddo's hand, and then just write their names in it. So that's super cute. But we're excited. Natalie Shelley brought that project to our attention, so thought that was great. There's going to be some coloring sheets. Erin is making a custom playlist for the evening. We've partnered with Hy-Vee for cookie decorating kits. So those are $15 for residents, $18 if you live outside of the city of Macomb. You can order them now. Pickup, it begins on February 22nd. So encourage people to still participate and be part of our Daddy-Daughter event, but this year it'll be a kit. Lakeview Nature Area is starting their guided tours again. If you remember last year we did outdoor guided tours. They are limited to 9 people so that we don't have higher than a max of 10. Masks are required, and although it's a free program, we do require pre-registration. It's all in line with the guidance for COVID. But we encourage people to come out and be a part of Lakeview, even during the winter time. Is quite relaxing and rejuvenating. So the first one is January 22nd, and the second one is February 13th. Those both start at 10 a.m. And then Natalie Shelley out of the ceramics department has launched her programs for next year, starting off with printed porcelain. Those are going to be on Thursdays from February 4th to February 25th, from 6:30 to 7:45. These are via Zoom. So you get the clay and the instruction and all the tools that you need for $70 for residents, $9 for non-residents. And then for those who have a little bit more skill with clay, you can always do her Studio Passport and clay programs, quite popular. That actually kicked off Thursday last week. So, but for a full session, you can do that for $100 for a resident, $136 for non. Or if you can't do it here at the beginning of the year, you'd like to start with us on March 18th. She has a half session for $50 for resident, $68 for non-resident. So a lot more detail on our website. People can check it out, MacombParkDistrict.com. You guys received an update from our Special Recreation Association supervisor. Normally we would have them come and present, but due to the circumstances we thought just a written update would be best. So I'll let you guys read the details of that. I can tell you I'm extremely pleased with the work that Julie's been doing. She's completely revamped the program guide. It looks phenomenal, extremely professional. She definitely took universal design into thought when she was developing it, working with our graphic designer Whitney. So they are still doing virtual programming, and currently there is no Special Olympics programs. The state of Illinois is still not at the point to move forward with any sports yet, but they are doing a great job of hosting a variety of programs, partnering with athletics, partnering with other departments at WIU. We continue to be very grateful for that partnership with the university and the opportunities that it brings. So, and then last but not least, I kind of hinted at this at the beginning, but planning and preparation is continuing with Patton Park. We hope that we can start beginning some work at the park in late February. But with the equipment and stuff on site, it's got the staff pretty excited about moving forward. So looking forward to the rest of the partnerships that we're going to to use to make that park an amazing place for our residents to enjoy. So that's the month of January so far.
And has there been any update on the light project?
Yes, thank you. So the lights at Veterans Park baseball diamonds are done. They did come and do a test of the lighting and to make sure that everything was pointing in the right direction. They were going to do a few adjustments. I believe those have been done. So we're going to plan to do a ribbon cutting with the chamber in the spring when the snow melts. But we can say that that first field is crossed off of our list. Thank you for reminding me.
Excellent. Oh, and I suggested we all should do a action
pitch.
photo of all of us playing baseball during a snowstorm with the lights on. But Director Lenz didn't think that was the best idea.
Well, you know, risk management.
All right, moving on to item number 7. Thank you, by the way, Director Lenz.
Thank you.
Consideration and action on election of a OMA and FOIA officer, or officers, make that plural. So we're required by law to designate someone to respond to requests and or concerns about the Open Meetings Act and items related to Freedom of Information Act. And historically, the current director has served as our OMA officer, and our business manager has served as the FOIA officer. And then, doing a switcheroo, they'd be each other's assistant in the instant that one of them is unable to fulfill the request. So that being said, I'd like to move to elect Director Lenz as our OMA officer and our business manager, Chris Frankhauser, as our FOIA officer for the Macomb Park District.
Second.
All right. And it's been moved and seconded. Roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Edwards.
Aye.
Commissioner Gamage.
Aye.
Commissioner Ham.
Aye.
Commissioner Hemingway.
Aye.
Commissioner Weiss.
Aye. All right. Easy peasy.
Not yet.
Since Chris wasn't here to object.
That's true.
We
That's
did
what I
the
was gonna
OMA.
say.
I'm sorry?
Your motion only said OMA.
No, he said
I
both.
move.
Oh, and no, I said for both.
Or he's telling you not to do it for both.
Oh, okay. All right, so let's move. Now, is there, I'd also like to move then to have our business manager, Chris Frankhauser. You just wanted me to say his name correctly, didn't you? As our FOIA officer for the Macomb Park.
I don't have those kind of high aspirations.
Is there a second?
Second.
All right, it has been moved and seconded. Roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Gamage.
Aye.
Commissioner Ham.
Aye.
Commissioner Hemingway.
Aye.
Commissioner Weiss.
Aye.
Commissioner Edwards.
Aye.
All right. Item number 8, Resolution 21-1, amendments to gift acceptance and recognition. Wait,
It should be
that
policy.
should be policy.
Policy.
Sorry, I did not see that earlier. Yes, policy 20-3. I'm going to go ahead and I'll just read through this.
If you guys were not able to find it in your email, don't
Oh, yeah.
forget that it goes directly to resolutions because it was in the subject line. Just in case you guys are trying to find it, pull it up.
So I'll give you guys, I'll go ahead while you're looking for that. So, whereas the Board of Commissioners of the Macomb Park District established a gift acceptance and recognition policy in Resolution 20-3, whereas subsequent to adoption of Resolution 20-3, a weakness has been identified in a section, is that
4A.
4.A, gift recognition, and whereas correction of that weakness will simplify financial record keeping in solicitation of gifts, now therefore be it resolved by the Board of Commissioners of the Macomb Park District that the gift acceptance and recognition policy established in Resolution 20-3 is amended as follows. And within that there is a graph with multiple categories, cash value and then recognition. So under category friend, up to $99, certificate of appreciation. Builder is $100 to $999, which.
The only thing that's changed is the actual cash value.
Oh, okay. From
All
everything
that's
else was the same.
Right.
Okay.
John,
Okay.
This includes that 5th tier.
Can't hear you.
This includes a 6th tier. I think this is the original, and I just not.
This may be
We had originally removed the builder.
the builder.
Okay.
All right, then if I may do this and offer an amendment to the motion to strike the builder category.
Just the name.
Huh?
Sorry, I second.
Just the name. Okay.
Yeah, the whole line. And then, if I'm remembering correctly, it will then be, help me on that, Rachel.
It'll be a friend up to $999, and they get a certificate of
Right,
appreciation.
okay.
But
So
this-
then my motion, trying to help with that, would be the friend would be 0 to 999. The builder category would be struck entirely, and then the leader category, we begin at 1,000. If you'll remember, originally we had this set, so it was like, I'm gonna use an example, like 101. And it was pointed out that that was actually gonna make it difficult for Chris in doing some budget keeping. And it was also suggested to me, and I take responsibility for trying to make it more clever than it needed to be. Some of the development people that I talked to suggested that a round number, essentially as the top, would actually be more attractive to potential donors. Okay? So that's what's happening. I apologize. So my amendment is just strike that builder and change the cash value of friend up to 999.
Yep.
Okay. Sorry.
No, I could have caught that, I missed it.
Point for clarification. What do you do with the district decal?
It doesn't exist.
Okay.
That's why, another reason why we struck that from the categories.
Makes sense.
Just wanted to
Yep.
clarify.
Okay.
And I'm sorry, John, was that an official motion, or
Motion.
that was just?
That's an amendment to the motion. I offered as a friendly motion. Will the maker of the motion accept it as a friendly?
I accept that, yes. So that being said, with the amendment included, is there a motion to approve resolution 21-1, amendments to gift acceptance and recognition policy 20-3?
So moved.
It's been moved. Is there a second?
Second.
All right, it's been moved and seconded. Roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Ham,
Aye.
Commissioner Hemingway,
Aye.
Commissioner Weiss,
Aye.
Commissioner Edwards,
Aye.
Commissioner Gamage. Aye.
All right.
Kid, I do apologize on
Oh.
not having caught that change.
No worries. Okay. So, all right, moving on to item number 9, resolution 21-2, recognition of Jill Brody as district benefactor. All right. Whereas the Macomb Park District strives to expand and develop the range of recreation facilities and opportunities available to the residents of Macomb. Whereas the Macomb Park District welcomes assistance from individuals and organizations who support these efforts. Whereas Dr. Jill Brody has made a generous gift to the district of $20,000 for overhead safety netting at the Veterans Park softball diamonds. And whereas Dr. Jill Brody's support and generosity will benefit the residents of Macomb now and in the future. Now therefore it has been resolved by the Board of Commissioners of the Macomb Park District, meeting in regular session this 19th day of January 2021. That said board expresses its thanks to Dr. Jill Brody for her dedication to the well-being of Macomb, in recognition of which the board, acting under Resolution 20-3, hereby declares Dr. Jill Brody to be a benefactor of the Macomb Park District. Okay. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Hemingway,
Aye.
Commissioner Weiss,
Aye.
Commissioner Edwards,
Aye.
Commissioner Gamage,
Aye.
Commissioner Ham.
Aye.
Resolution 21-3, recognition of McDonough County Vibe as district benefactor. Whereas the Macomb Park District strives to expand and develop the range of recreation facilities and opportunities available to the residents of Macomb. Whereas the Macomb Park District welcomes assistance from individuals and organizations who support these efforts. Whereas McDonough County Vibe has made a generous gift to the district of $27,777 for installation of lighting at the Veterans Park baseball diamonds. And whereas McDonough County Vibe's support and generosity will benefit the residents of Macomb now and in the future. Now therefore be it resolved by the Board of Commissioners of the Macomb Park District, meeting in regular session this 19th day of January 2021, that said board expresses its thanks to McDonough County Vibe for its dedication to the well-being of Macomb, in recognition of which the board, acting under Resolution 20-3, hereby declares McDonough County Vibe to be a benefactor of the Macomb Park District. Is there a motion to approve?
Make a motion to approve.
All right, is there a second?
Second.
All right, roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Weiss,
Aye.
Commissioner Edwards,
Aye.
Commissioner Gamage,
Aye.
Commissioner Ham,
Aye.
Commissioner Hemingway.
Aye.
Okay. Item number 11, resolution of 21-4, recognition of the Pella Corporation as a district benefactor. Whereas the Macomb Park District strives to expand and develop the range of recreation facilities and opportunities available to the residents of Macomb. Whereas the Macomb Park District welcomes assistance from individuals and organizations who support these efforts. Whereas the Pella Corporation has made a generous gift to the district of $20,000 for installation of lighting at the Veterans Park baseball diamonds. And whereas the Pella Corporation's support and generosity will benefit the residents of Macomb now and in the future. Now therefore be it resolved by the Board of Commissioners of the Macomb Park District, meeting in regular session this 19th day of January 2021. That said board expresses its thanks to Pella Corporation for its dedication to the well-being of Macomb, in recognition of which the board, acting under Resolution 20-3, hereby declares the Pella Corporation to be a benefactor of the Macomb Park District. Is there a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
All right, is there a second?
Second.
Roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Edwards,
Aye.
Commissioner Gamage,
Aye.
Commissioner Ham,
Aye.
Commissioner Hemingway,
Aye.
Commissioner Weiss.
Aye. Okay. Yes, Commissioner Hemingway.
It may have occurred to people that all of this sounded fairly similar. And it is, but I don't want people to think that we're just ramming this through. It wasn't until last month, in December 2020, that we were in essentially a legal position to make these kinds of recognitions. So this has happened, and we've been knowing that we were going to do this, and now that we've got the mechanism in place for it, we can recognize these people. And I don't want people to think that we're trivializing their generosity and commitment just by ramming things through. We finally got ourselves sorted out that we could do this, and now we're doing it. And we clearly thank each and every one of them. And I'll stop.
No, I appreciate you explaining that, because it's very important. All four of these folks, and we very much appreciate it, so.
And these are often go through a process through the director, and we want to thank her for the extra time that she's spending with community leaders and others to give financially and other time to helping the success of this park district. So we want to acknowledge, and thanks to John for heading and making sure that we get something established formally, that we can come into session and recognize these individuals, organizations, and appreciate their time and money.
Indeed. Thank you for that, Russ. Yes.
And then can I just top it off with, for those who are watching and may not be aware of what just happened, we did not just receive 3 major donations. These are backdated, so I don't want people who might be watching on the interwebs to think that we just came upon several donations. It's just recognition of things, good work people have done in the past with us.
Yeah, in fact, I think some have been a couple of years ago, if
And we
I
just
recall. Yeah.
taken us a while to get
Yeah,
research and get the mechanisms in place.
yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. Well, moving on to item number 12. Consideration on hiring, what did we, Skitch? Is that what we're, Skitch LLC as the auditing firm with possible action. Within our email, you should have received, that was, where was that in the email? That was,
With the minutes in the agenda.
Okay.
yes, so that would have been today?
No, that would have been
Friday.
Friday.
Here it is. Nope, here it is. There it is. So, as you all are aware, our Greg Butler, who has been with us for long time.
As long as I've been here.
Yeah, is retired. Has retired. Is
From doing corporate.
and so we now had to unfortunately look for another entity to work with, and we went local first, unable to find anyone locally, and this group is out of Springfield, and kind of in a nutshell, it's $19,000 a year, and if we do it a year-by-year contract, it will go up a percentage each year. However, if we decide to do a multi-year contract with them, we're thinking that potentially could be at least a 3-year contract.
They gave us a proposal for the next 3 years.
They would waive the startup cost, which would be $4,000. So I know it's a lot to chew on with that price based off of what we have been doing in the past. But again, we were not fortunate into finding multiple entities or companies out there doing government auditing. And I don't know if there was anything else that
Sure.
you would like to throw out there.
We did send the proposal to Greg. He was happy to help us make sure that it was a good fit for us and, you know, with what they have to offer. And he has seen them work with other organizations in our community. He did give the stamp of approval. So he also recognizes that maybe how generous he's been with us makes this jump a little bit harder for us, but it is pretty standard to see this number for firms. So we knew it was coming eventually, but, you know, we did get one extra year out of him, so,
That's true.
yeah.
Are there any questions? Anything popping up? I mean, it's a lot of money, but I mean, as Rachel said, you know, it's pretty standard cost-wise,
We're required to conduct.
and we're required.
An annual audit,
Have an
so-
auditing for.
Yes.
So would it be appropriate to do a motion and then have, if any, further discussion on it if we need?
Well, I guess,
Because one of the concerns was whether or not we were going to a multi-contractual time if we do approve this. And I would like to make a motion, and then we can go into discussion if you like. I'd like to move that we accept Sketch as the auditing firm for a 3-year term, and use their auditing services for the 2020, 21, and 22 terms. So that'd be right at
Yes.
3 years. And then we would well, that's my motion.
Second.
okay, it's been moved and seconded. Roll call vote, please.
Well, for discussion.
Well, yeah, this is just for discussion.
Well,
Well, if
we have a
you
motion
to-
on the floor.
Okay,
And
gotcha.
now we're going to,
I just seconded it.
yes. Now-
Technically, you need a motion and second for discussion.
For discussion.
Okay, so as far as discussion is, yes, the amount did jump out at me when I read the terms of the agreement.
Mhm.
It does sound like a very professional group of individuals. They do have backup in the resources. So I feel comfortable with what I read on the internet, researching this group. There is an individual, I keep forgetting her name, but you may recall, that would be assigned our park district,
Megan.
specifically working with Chris to make sure our files are all downloaded and provided to them. And then also this is an opportunity for us to maybe pick up on some things that have come through government changes and laws that we were unaware of before. So this could be a good opportunity for us to learn on the financial side of what our operations are. So I'm really thinking that, you know, this company can help us out in a positive way.
Mhm.
And it is like providing services to make sure that we are, as they say, dotting the i's, crossing the t's.
Mhm.
So I really don't have any other major reservations about going with this company, at least trying them for a 3-year term.
Pursuant to that, and I agree with what Russ has said, I think barring some sort of completely unexpected problem, that a 3-year term is appropriate for us to get to know how these folks operate. It's going to take them a year or so to get used to us and what we do. I think Greg has made it clear for some time that accounting firms working with smaller government entities like ourselves are scarce. The money really, in some ways, isn't there from their point of view. So I think we're well advised to try for a while what comes forward. But something that Russ said in terms of learning about changes in the government regulations and procedures and things like that. If I may go ahead somewhat about a conversation that we've had a few times recently. One of the things that has been pointed out by Greg Butler in each of the audits since the time that I've been on the board, which was roughly when dinosaurs still roamed the earth, he has, by professional standards, been required to point out that we operate on a cash basis of accounting when in fact the accepted standard for government entities is what is referred to as a modified accrual basis. Please do not ask me to try to explain that because these cameramen would love to get home to their families this evening. And it might actually create flashbacks for several people in, there are good reasons for working with a modified accrual basis. It allows a more accurate accounting, monitoring of what actual resources are available without going through all the issues of encumbrances and things of that nature. So, piggybacking on what Russ is saying, if these folks can assist with the conversion that is being discussed, a 3-year term is almost essential for us to get that done.
Excellent.
All right, well, is there any other discussion? Okay. Okay, that's all that being said, is there a motion? Oh,
We've already done
we've already done the
Call
motion.
question.
I'm sorry?
Call the vote.
Don't say that.
Okay, sorry.
that. Roll call vote.
Oh, yes, roll call vote then, yes. I'm sorry.
Commissioner Edwards,
Aye.
Commissioner Gamage,
Aye.
Commissioner Ham,
Aye.
Commissioner Hemingway,
Aye.
Commissioner Weiss.
Aye. Okay. It has gone through. So, yes, I look forward to meeting them and Megan. Is that
That's the name.
Megan and for the next 3 years. That's great. Okay. Well, we're up to our final agenda item. Open commissioner presentation and discussion of future agenda items.
I would like to make a motion to develop some type of challenge coin with the Park District logo and something on the reverse side, referring to the 2020 survival and us making it through the Park District itself. And I don't know who to contact for that, but I will look into it.
The Park District in the community.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whatever, I don't know if, I guess the motion will be complete with the steering committee. I'd like to name Neil Armstrong, if he'd be willing to participate,
Is this
and
something we
anyone
can
else who would
act
like to
on?
volunteer.
We don't need to act on it, we just
No.
need to.
Yeah, if you just simply state it as a suggestion or direct me to do it, I don't think it needs to be a board action item. It actually can't be because it's not on the agenda.
Right.
Okay.
But I'd be happy to look into that. I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, it is a great idea.
We could reframe it as just a request to the director to look into it and follow up
Absolutely.
at the February meeting.
Yeah,
That language is fine, thank you.
I love it. Thank you.
I have a question, considering Mr. Greg Butler. I don't know what our award system is, or reward system, if you will, for service. And I think it would be pertinent for us to do something for Mr. Butler, considering what he's done in the past, and if he is stepping away, some type of memorial or something similar. I don't know if something has already been done with a certificate or something. I think that would be pertinent considering what he's done for
And the
district.
amount of years.
Thanks, sir. I think
Yeah.
Greg needs to be given some recognition through
Absolutely.
the Park District. If Director Lenz could see that suggestions, we have any,
Yeah, I mean,
what can be done.
Do we have do we have an actual amount of years he has?
I think we'll look it up.
I'm sure they're seared in his memory.
I'm sure they are.
The reason I brought that up is because of,
Sorry,
yeah, no problem.
that was good, Joe.
I think Joe said something, I'm not sure what.
Yeah.
That unfortunately, due to what happened in 2020 with, at this point, almost 400 souls having passed from COVID, I've learned that a lot of times we need to do things while someone is still around as opposed to posthumously, because you're only talking to the family, they're not the person who really needs to hear it, so.
Absolutely. No, it's great ideas,
Yeah,
great suggestions, yes.
Yes.
we'll come up with something.
Mm-hmm. Anything else? All right. Is there a
So
motion to
I
adjourn?
would like to we adjourn.
Moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And we stand adjourned. Thank you all so much.